Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Winnipeg Jets franchise mode here in NHL 24. So in last episode, we took on the Colorado Avalanche in the second round of the playoffs, and we managed to beat them after we fell down 2-0 early in the series, and we run 4 straight games to win the series in 6. But it was a little bit of a tough series for our team, I would say, because our offense definitely wasn't as good as the first round. However, we were able to still keep the trend where if we scored 3 goals or more, we were able to win games. So basically, game 1 we lost 3-2, game 2 we lost 4-2, and those were both home games, so I was a bit concerned at that point in time. However, we managed to bounce back with 2 really good road efforts, winning 3-1 in both of them, so the goaltending was great, the defensive play was good, and the offense was solid enough. And in our final 2 games, we won 4-2 and 3-1 again, so basically, during those last 4 games of the series that we won, we only allowed a total of 5 goals. So we were really good defensively in those last 4 games, and I'm obviously hoping that continues into this conference finals, because obviously we're playing up with the Anaheim Ducks again, and we've played them so many times in conference finals. We know they're a very stacked team, and they can bring in a lot of offense. So I'm hoping we're able to beat them this time around. Obviously, last year they beat us. The prior 2 years before that, we beat them both times, I'm pretty sure. So it's been a bit of a rivalry built up over these last few years, and it's going to be interesting to see who ends up going to the Cup Finals. Last year when Anaheim went to the Cup Finals, they lost to Buffalo, so technically Anaheim is still without that Stanley Cup win. However, we have multiple Stanley Cups. Buffalo won last year, even though they were knocked out in the first round this year. So you can almost say if we don't win this, I think Anaheim definitely should have an easy time winning their first Stanley Cup. So will be interesting to see what ends up happening in this episode. Hopefully we continue to get offense from guys like Jerry Bickle, who definitely stepped it up in that second round as well. But let's get into the one and only comment, and then we will get into showing you guys the Ducks lines again, and we'll get into the conference finals once again. So that only comment is from Michael Dose, who says, "Penalty kill hurt you badly in game 2 with 2 Colorado power play goals. Need to work on the penalty kill." And I don't know if our penalty kill's actually been that bad. I know that one game was bad, but if we look at our team stats here, let's take a look at our team stats in the playoffs. And let's just go to Western Conference. So I forgot that my batteries are low, so I'm going to have to probably change them here shortly. I'll probably just make a cut soon. But if we go by penalty kill percentage, right now we technically have the best penalty kill in the entire playoffs. And it's even better than Anaheim's, who is the only Western team we have to face left. So even though our penalty kill has allowed 2 power play goals in that one game against Colorado, they've only allowed 3 total. So I think our penalty kill has been fine. I'm not going to probably address it, but obviously if our penalty kill plays bad against a high-flying Ducks team, obviously then we can make some adjustments accordingly. But right now it doesn't look like it's muchly needed, which is nice. So we'll probably keep it the same, at least to start the series. And yeah, let's take a look at what the Ducks are looking like again, just in case you guys forgot. But it's pretty similar to what they've looked like the last number of years when we played them in the conference finals. You can see Ziegler is still there, Carlson, Koivisto, Ritchie, McTavish, Lutz. Like that top 6 is pretty much identical to what it was last year, I think, if I remember right. I think they were playing Koivisto, though, as the second-line center. McTavish was like a third-line guy. Their bottom 6 is definitely getting a little bit weaker as the years go on. However, they drafted a very nice low elite who definitely will get into their top 6 at some point, my guess. From a defensive standpoint, they still have Mintyukov, Drysdale, Zellweger, and then the other guys are okay. Like Prohorkin's pretty solid, but these 2 defenders definitely a little bit weaker than in years past. And then their goaltenders are really solid too, and they also have some solid depth options. So they're a good team, and obviously we need to be able to contain their top guns, or else it's going to be probably a very offensively based series. So anyways, there is that. I had to just change my batteries quickly. But anyways, let's get into this conference finals and see if we can get the best of the Ducks once again. Because if we can, like I said, then we have a matchup with either the Sens or the Flyers in the Cup Finals, which honestly I have no idea what those teams are looking like at this stage. So it would be interesting to see if we could get another Stanley Cup because of that. Yeah, let's get into game number 1. Obviously, we have home ice advantage still. Let's see if we could use it to our advantage. Anaheim was the second best team in the league, only behind us. So this is going to be quite the matchup yet again. And at some point, you'll probably see the Ducks or us start to fall off a little bit. But I think both teams have been very good over these last, 10 years or so. Buffalo, like I said, as well, has been really good because we faced them 2 times in the Cup Finals. And then last year, they finally won. However, this year they were knocked out in round 1, which makes the Eastern Conference definitely a lot weaker, I would say, than the Western Conference at the moment. But let's see what happens in game numero uno. We'll probably keep our team the same, at least for the first game. But if we need to make some adjustments accordingly, we'll definitely do that for game 2 or game 3, something like that. First period of game 1. 2-1 us. offensive start as I was expecting. They do get a power play goal, so maybe Michael, you were on to something. So there's our 4th power play goal we have allowed this entire playoffs. We have a good penalty kill, but we allow one there. However, we do get a shorthanded goal too, so at least we're able to score shorthanded too, despite having our penalty kill allow a goal. And also, Aiden Irving gives us the lead, so Aiden Irving off to a good start this round. Last round, he only had 1 goal. So hopefully he's on fire here in this conference finals, because that would be really nice. Shots are 17-10 in favor of Anaheim, but we're up by a goal. So solid start for Bergqvist for sure. And not the best start defensively in terms of giving up shots, but definitely the goaltending has been good. The offense has scored a couple goals too, which is nice. Let's see if we can get some insurance in the second period, because if they're going to shoot that much, they might start scoring a lot more goals, unless Bergqvist has another one of those great defensive games in him. Second period, 4 to us. Okay, Jaquezie made it 3-1. Zegras made it 3-2, and then Alexiev, a 4th line goal, makes it 4-2. So that's a huge goal from Alexiev. Shots are now 26-23, so we outshot them, I'd say, in that period. I'm not exactly sure on the numbers, but we're up by 2 goals, and we've been getting a good effort from pretty much everybody. Like, our offense has scored more than 3 goals, so hypothetically, with how this playoff has run, if we score 3 or more goals, we win these games. So we'll see if that ends up staying true in this one, if we could lock this down in the 3rd period. Let's see what happens. Period number 3. Come on, guys. You got this. You got this. We got the offense. Let's go. Jaquezie makes it 5-2. That should be enough, hopefully. So Jaquezie's got a pair of goals tonight. That's nice to see. And Eberle makes it 6-2. Let's go, Eberle. I don't like that we're necessarily scoring a lot of goals here in Game 1, because I feel like then afterwards we might just get completely locked out in Game 2, 3, 4, etc. But you never know. A nice 6-2 victory to start the series. We got outshot 36-35. A very solid performance from our goaltending, and of course from our offense and defense as well. So very much like that first game. And apparently Bickle got ejected early into the game for a charging major, I think. Did he get ejected from the game because it was a charging major? He must have. I got to take a look at that afterwards. But Goldman from Jaquezie and Vandermeer, Irving from Goddard, Jaquezie from Eberle and Vandermeer, Alexiev from Bulbrook and Vandermeer, Jaquezie from Eberle and Goldman, and Eberle from Goldman and Jaquezie. A lot of the same guys on the score sheet in that one, it seemed like. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, Jaquezie had 4 points, Goldman had 3 points, Vandermeer had 3 points, Eberle had 3 points, and a bunch of guys on 1. But was Bickle ejected? He played 14 minutes, so yeah, I think he might have been. And maybe not, actually. Maybe it was just a 5-minute penalty, but he didn't actually get ejected. I don't know exactly. And then, yeah, Bergqvist was fantastic, a .944 save percentage. So everybody on the team did their job, and that's exactly what we need going forward against a high-flying Ducks team like this, because we just know that the Ducks are stacked and that they are a team that can win a Stanley Cup. So we got to be able to do that night in and night out if we can. Good offense, good defense, and good goaltending. All right, well, we have a 1-0 series lead after a textbook first game. We've been playing really good hockey in terms of defense the last 5 games, not giving up more than 2 goals, which is great. So hopefully that continues going forward. Let's get into game number 2. Waste no time, because that was a textbook first game. Let's see if we could take a 2-0 series lead headed to Anaheim, and also potentially win our 6th straight game, because that'd be nice. First period of game number 2. 2 on us again. Okay, yeah, we're finding our offense against them, which is kind of a surprise, because I thought they would be better defensively with like Drysdale, Mintyukov, Zellweger, their goaltenders, but we are up 2-1 again after the first period, not getting outshot this time around, which is nice. Wilson opens the scoring, Odell ties the game up, and then Aiden Irving gives us the lead again. So Aiden Irving with goals in back-to-back games, I'd like to see that. Hopefully he continues to build off that, because he is obviously our captain. And he's definitely the best goal scorer we have in the series at the moment. So if he could score timely goals like that, that will go a long way in the series, I think. Shots are 11-10 after 1 in favor of us. We're up by 1 goal. Can we get some insurance in the second period? Second period. What? Okay, I feel like we're going to get blown out at some point. Like, or we're not going to start scoring goals, because they tied the game up at 2 early on. And it looked like maybe, hey, this game is going to actually be a little bit more even. Well, we score 4 unanswered goals. Bulbrook, Wilson, Jaquezie again on the power play, and Aiden Irving once again. We're up 4 goals going into third with 6 goals on 21 shots. I don't know how we're scoring this much goals against this team, because I feel like Anaheim's definitely a lot better than they're looking right now. But geez, man. We're being outshot 22-21. We're up by 4 goals. Let's just lock this game down in the third period and take it 2-0 series lead to Anaheim. That would be great. Long penalty kill. We kill it off. Our team has just been playing such great hockey as of late. I love it. I love it. There's a 7th goal from Walter. Yeah, I feel like at some stage we're obviously going to not score any goals because we've scored a total of 13 goals in these first 2 games. And for the 6th consecutive game, we do not allow more than 2 goals against. Yeah, I feel like at some stage it's going to change. I don't trust this game at all. Foul shots 35-32. We win 7-2 in game number 2 as we're taking the Ducks, are pulling them apart, it seems like. Wilson from Irving and Vandermeer. Irving from Wilson and Goddard. Bulbrook from Hansen and Vernarski. Wilson from Ekholm and Goddard. Jacuzzi from Vandermeer and Bickle. Irving from Wilson and Ekholm. And Walter from Wilson and Ekholm. A lot of the same guys on the score sheet again, seems like. A 5-point effort from Caden Wilson. Well, we're getting a lot of guys contributing here in this conference finals. Aiden Irving had 3 points as well. Ekholm had 3 points. And you had Vandermeer and Goddard on 2 points. So the 2 offensive defensemen. Nice. And a bunch of guys on 1 point. There shouldn't be... Oh, there was one guy that was minus, and that was Bickle. Him and Groshek. I'm kind of surprised they were minus. But oh well. And then another great effort from Bergqvist. Bergqvist has been very, very good in this playoffs. He's definitely earning a good contract extension at some point. Wilson, the first star of the game. Irving, the second star. And Ekholm, the third star. All right. Well, we're outscoring him 13-4 after 2 games. I think something's got to change. Hopefully we can still win in Anaheim, because obviously when we were playing against the Calgary Flames, we didn't win. We played pretty bad in Calgary, so I don't know if that's going to necessarily continue into Anaheim, but we need to be a good road team as well. We did win both games in Colorado. Yeah, it's been really interesting because we lost 2 games in Calgary here in Game 3 and 4. Then in Game 3 and 4 of the Colorado series, we won both of them on the road. Who knows what's going to happen in Anaheim? Is it going to be 2 losses on the road? Is it going to be 2 wins on the road? Is it going to be an even split? Well, I think we got to keep our team the same because we've been firing on all cylinders. I do want to take a look quickly. Jacuzzi now leading us in points. I do want to see what Bergqvist's stats are up to now because he's been very, very good. Like maybe one of the best playoff goalies I've had in a while. Let's see. He's got a .930 save percentage. He's been friggin' great. And that's why we obviously made him the starter and got rid of Stanley King when we did. Okay, I think we got to keep the team the exact same because everything's working out so far. But I do feel like it's still going to come crashing down at some point. So hopefully this is not the game. Hopefully it does not come crashing down at all. And hopefully I'm just kind of paranoid or something like that. So here we go. Game 3 in Anaheim. Can we win our 3rd straight game of this Cup Finals? And can we win 7 in a row? Which would be insane. First period of Game 3. Scoreless. I'll take that. I mean, we don't need to be scoring all the goals in the world to win a game. But however, when we don't score goals, we're kind of playing into Anaheim's favor a little bit more, I think. Just based on the Calgary games that I was mentioning before where we didn't score a lot of goals in Game 3 and 4. Shots are 16-6 in favor of us, so their goaltending is definitely off to a good start here in this first game in Anaheim. Obviously, it wasn't playing good on our home ice, but like I said, I think our offense is going to dry up out of nowhere, which honestly, this could be the case, or maybe we're going to start scoring some goals in the second period. Who really knows? Can we find a way to break the deadlock in period number 2? Second period? 2-1 us again. Okay. Seems like we're always up 2-1 at some point. Goldman opens the scoring. He's been pretty damn good in the series. Richie scores to tie the game up, and then Vernarski, who had the series-clinching goal against Anaheim to send us to the Cup Finals a few years back, gives us the lead. Shots are 31-13, but we're only up by 1 goal, so Ladd is playing much better in this game. However, our team has the lead once again. Obviously, if we get that 3rd goal, that might set us apart to win this game. However, they're still within 1 shot of maybe winning this game too. Like, we're outshooting them almost by 20 shots, yet we're only up by a goal, so their goaltender is trying to give them as much of a chance as possible. Let's hold them off the score sheet, guys, and let's see if we can find a way to get some insurance here in period number 3. Let's see what happens. We need that insurance marker, please. Yeah, I knew we needed one. Zegras ties the game up. This is the type of game you would lose based on you outshooting the team this badly and still being tied. Come on, guys, let's get that lead back. Penalty kill. Please kill it off. Nicely done, guys. Oh, Prohorkin, the defenseman, gets Anaheim their first lead of the night. And I knew that was going to happen. See, when you do outshoot a team that badly after 2 periods and you're only up by a goal, never trust it. We outshot them by 20 shots. We lose 3-2, and that's another game where basically if we do not score more than 2 goals, we end up losing. So Anaheim is back in the series because of a close game like that. I might have to make some adjustments after that. So Goldman from Eberle and Vandermeer, and Vernarski from Goldman and Bulbrook. So yeah, Goldman's been really good in the series. And then yeah, Ladd definitely stepped it up in Anaheim compared to what he did in our home ice. Obviously, because we scored 13 goals in 2 games against him. In this game, he only allowed 2 goals against. So, I don't like that Anaheim's only within 1 game of tying the series up. So let's make some adjustments maybe. Even though we've been really good, I just don't really know exactly what we want to do here. We could go back to the original lines that we had. So yeah, let's go back to something like this, I think. Yeah, we'll go back to something like this for fun. From a defensive standpoint, we'll go back to Backer with Vandermeer. We'll go back to Vernarski and Goddard. And we'll go back to Scarlett with Louis Vara. And goaltending-wise, Berkes will obviously still stay in net. And that should be fine. So that's what we're going to run into the next game. The funny thing is, I just realized with our roster, we only have 1 guy on the forward group and 1 guy in the defensive group with a gold X factor. Nobody else has a gold X factor. That's kind of surprising with the skill level we have on this team. Alright. Well, we need to have a good response here in this next game, because obviously that game was a close game that we could have won, but their goaltender was on its game. If we win this game, we go up 3-1. We have an easy chance maybe to get to ourselves to that Cup Finals. We lose this game, it becomes a best of 3. And who knows, it could end up being like what happened with Colorado, where they were up 2-0 in the series, and then then we won 4 straight games. But maybe this time around we win 2 games and then lose 4 straight games. I hope it's not that case, but it honestly could be. So here we go. Let's get to game number 4 on the road. We need to win this game, or else this is going to get a little scary and a little tense. We have gone to Game 7 a lot with the Ducks in the past, so it could go to Game 7 this year as well. First period of game number 4. There we go. Good start by the boys. 2-0 after 1. It always seems like we have a lead at some point, which is great. Power play goal from Vandermeer, and then Walter scores a goal to make it 2-0. Shots are 15-8 in favor of us. That's a great way to start it off. Obviously, if we could find a way in the second period to score a 3rd goal, maybe we'll feel a bit safer. But right now, obviously, we still haven't hit that 3-goal mark, and we have never won when we have scored less than 3 goals in the playoffs. So we need to find a way to get that 3rd goal to make it a little bit more breathing room. Can we get some more goals in the second period to make me feel a little bit safer? Second period. Yes, we can. We do get our 3rd goal. However, they do get 2 goals of their own. McTavish and Ziegler score for them. Groshek scores for us. I don't like that they scored 2 goals in that period. They're still within striking distance. If we would have scored a 3rd goal and only given up 1 goal, I would feel a lot safer right now. But only being up by 1, it's pretty similar to last game in a sense, but we're not out shooting them by as much as last game. So shots are 29-21 in favor of us. We're only up by 1 goal. Can we get some insurance and lock this game down? We've never lost a game when we've scored 3 goals, so this might be the first one if we blow the lead in the 3rd period, which I'm praying doesn't happen. Come on, guys. Let's get a 4th goal and let's make this easier on us. Period number 3. Come on, you got this, guys. Oh, Ryder Ritchie ties the game up. That's not great. Do we have another goal in us? Like Groshek or Irving. Goddard scores. Let's go, Goddard. That's a big goal from the young defenseman to restore our lead at 4-3. We're into the final 5 minutes of period 3, up by 1 goal. Can we hold them off? Penalty kill late in the game. They do get a power play goal from Ryder Ritchie. And we're going to overtime in a crucial game 4. God damn it. Whoever took that penalty is going to get me mad. Let's see, who took that penalty? Philip Groshek took a roughing penalty that late into the game. That's not good. That could change the complexion of the series, because if we would not have taken that penalty, maybe we win this game, and maybe we have a chance to win the not to win the Stanley Cup, win this conference finals, and go to the Stanley Cup. But it does go to overtime because of that power play goal against. Do we have another goal in us, or is this going to be our first time losing a game, or scoring more than 3 goals? Who wants to be the hero? Let's call on the captain, Aiden Irving, and see if he can get it done, because we know he has those clutch goals in him. Does he have another one in his bag? Come on, guys. Please get that overtime winner. I believe in yous. Maybe even Vandermeer. That would be awesome, too, because Vandermeer's a GOAT. Oh, boy. Who wants to do this for me? Goddard again, maybe? Somebody. Jacquezie, maybe. Wilson. I'm just going to call on every single player on this damn team. Somebody. And we are going to be going to double overtime. Oh, man. We know it's going to end soon, which is not great. I almost want to close my eyes and just open them within 5 seconds or so. But shots are 50-44 in favor of us in Game 4. It's a 4-4 game. A lot of fours. Do we have that fifth goal in us? We've been firing a lot of shots to the net, but we have not found a way to get that fifth one. Come on, guys, please. Get me the OT winner. Maybe it'll be Vernarski again, because Vernarski's an OT kind of guy. Let's see what happens in double overtime. Come on, please, boys. Yes, let's go. We do score in overtime. It's Quinton Eberle, 50 seconds in. We are up 3-1 on the Ducks and 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals yet again. Oh, boy. That's a sigh of relief. I thought they were going to find a way to win that game and then easily win in 6 games against us or something like that. But, whew, that was a very intense game. And this is more what I expected from a series these last 2 games rather than the first 2 games. Like those first 2 games where we blew them out, complete outliers of games. These last 2 games I was expecting the entire series to be like. But Vandermeer from Jacquezie and Irving, Walter from Vandermeer, Groshek from Ekholm and Goldman, Goddard from Goldman and Ekholm, and the game winner is Eberle from Vandermeer. 3 stars of the game. Vandermeer the first star, 3 points. Richie the second star. Zegras the third star. So obviously that wasn't a great game for Bergfist, but he did face a lot of shots, so I'm not going to put that on him. But yeah, Vandermeer was great. Ekholm and Goldman both had a couple points as well. Any badly minus people? The top line. It's okay. And yeah, Bergfist definitely didn't have his strongest game, but he made still 40 saves. And he's still been a brick wall in net. Alright, well, we're 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals yet again. And let's see, Philadelphia and Ottawa are tied at 2 at the moment. So who knows who we're going to potentially face if we end up getting there. But we have a chance to go to the Cup Finals with a win on home ice. The question is now, can we lock this series down? We have 3 opportunities to do so. We should be able to do so since we have the experience factor. Let's see what happens in Game 5. We're going to keep the team the exact same. Can we close out the Ducks and go to another Stanley Cup Finals? Come on, boys. You got this. We got the experience. Just take it to that next level. You got this. I believe in you. First period of game number 5. Scoreless. I'll take it. I mean, it does fall more into the Ducks' lap, like I said, because we're not scoring a lot, but that is an okay first period. Good goaltending, good defense. We generated some chances too with 14 shots on goal, but we have not scored yet. So I'm hoping this isn't like Game 3, where basically we just didn't score for much of it. And who knows what's going to happen in the second period. Honestly, we could score 2 goals and be close, but if we score under 3 goals, this game is maybe a game we lose. So that's a little bit scary that we didn't score anything in that first 20 minutes. We definitely need to find a way to get some goals in the second period. Because if we score under 3 goals, the chances of us winning goes down the tubes completely. But who knows, maybe we could win a game 2-0 or something like that. So, second period. 2-0 us. That's what I wanted to see. Jacquezie and Wilson. Power play goal and a regular strength goal. Shots are 26-20 in favor of us. We're a period away from going back to the Cup Finals after last year getting knocked out in the Conference Finals. This team is just so good, man. I love this team. Well, we're doing a real-time simulation. We'll probably jump in if we have a chance to clinch that conference finalist. Let's see what ends up happening in period number 3. Let's see what ends up happening. Ekholm makes it 3-0. Let's go. Leo Carlson gets Anaheim on the board. Lutz pulls them within 1. That's kind of scary that they scored 2 goals in the span of a minute. I do not like that at all, but at least Ekholm scored this period. Penalty kill. Nicely done, guys. We're going to intervene here. It's just a little bit risky considering they're down only by 1 goal. But if we could hold them off a tiny bit longer, we will be going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So hopefully we could do that. Because I do feel a little bit scared jumping in here right now. But let's get into it. See what ends up happening. See if we could lock them down and get to that Stanley Cup Finals yet again. And hopefully we can win another Stanley Cup this year, because that would be insane considering all the stuff we did last offseason, getting rid of Michael Misa, Stanley King, etc. So this team has been a little bit different than the prior years, but they do still have the same success and the same core players, so it's definitely helped out a lot. Koivisto walks in. Zegras behind the back. Carlson's shot's blocked by Eberle. Here's Backer. I don't know why Backer's leading the rush, but I'm not going to question it. He finds Jaquezie, a shot, he scores! Well, that's a great way to intervene. Arthur Jaquezie with the snipe, his second goal of the game. That's a huge one, and that one might be the dagger that sends us to the Stanley Cup Finals yet again. Arthur Jaquezie's already won 3 Stanley Cups, looking for a 4th, I think. It's crazy how much cups a lot of these core players have won. What a snipe after that nice block shot by Eberle. And great setup by Backer leading that rush. I'm kind of surprised that Backer led the rush. Anaheim's coach literally looks like the coach that you get in Be A Pro. That's kind of funny when you're like signed by the Ducks or drafted by the Ducks. So Arthur Jaquezie currently leading everybody in points in the playoffs. Going to be interesting to see who we end up facing in the finals between Philly and Ottawa, if we could hold off Anaheim here for the next 2 minutes. Goddard walks in again. He finds Wilson. Caden Wilson makes a move. A shot doesn't get through. Aiden Irving now with it. The captain finds it to Bickle. A shot turned away. We're getting some good pressure here. At least that's going to kill some time off the clock. Zegras with it. They might pull the goalie even though they're down by 2. Let's see. Yep, they're going to. Leo Carlson leading the rush for Anaheim. Nice hit there. Vernarski throws it up. Here is the captain, Aiden Irving. Can't get by. Irving loses it. Here's Leo Carlson over to Mintyukov. A shot. Great save by Bergqvist. Zegras to Drysdale. A shot that's turned away and just barely turned away. Another shot. Another save by Bergqvist. Flash in the glove. Wow. What a save. What a save by Bergqvist. That glove is nasty. Look at that save. He like falls back too at the same time. Sheesh. That was a nasty save. That's exactly what you need from somebody like Bergqvist. He's been really lights out here in the playoffs for the most part. Philip Grosek is leading in hits in the playoffs. That's kind of a surprise. I think I just saw that Tidjaginla's in Ottawa, which is kind of weird. All right. Come on, guys. Nice face-off win by Bickle. Vernarski with it. We're into the final 10 seconds. Goddard will throw it up, and Aiden Irving will not put it into the empty net because he's classy like that. And we're going to win 4-2, and we're going to head to the Stanley Cup Finals yet again. We've been to so much of them at this point. I honestly don't even remember how much we've been to. Probably this is our 5th or 6th trip at least. And so far, I'm pretty sure we've never lost in the Cup Finals, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully good things are to come, and hopefully we could get another Stanley Cup with all these guys that have been there for multiple years. There's Aiden Irving shaking hands with Trevor Zegras, probably the captain of the Ducks, considering he's been there for so long. And we'll see Aiden Irving skate up to get the Clarence S. Campbell Bowl. There we go. He doesn't even have a playoff beard. He's just a clean-shaven Stanley Cup champion that's won multiple cups. There we go. Let's skip through the rest of that. I do want to get a screenshot quickly of Bergqvist just because that save was pretty ridiculous. And obviously I haven't seen Bergqvist out there that much. So it would be nice to get a nice little screenshot first. The use of him, let's see. Because that was a bomb by Koivisto. That's like the 95 overall guy. Yeah, let's go like that. And let me just grab a screenshot of this. Boom. And we are good. Perfect. All right. Well, there is that. Who is the third start of the game? Ludwig Ekholm with the 2 points. Second start of the game, Per Bergqvist making 27 saves. And then the first start of the game is likely Jaquezie, my guess, with the 2 goals. Yep, Arthur Jaquezie gets first start of the game. Nicely done. Let's take a look at these player stats. Bunch of players on 2 points, some players on 1 point. And yeah, Bergqvist was fantastic with the 964. I don't know why it says he only played 43 minutes. It's probably because it says that Mechanics allowed a goal, though. That's weird. I don't know what happened there. All right. Anyways, let's take a look at who we are going to be facing in the Cup Finals after we take a look at the player stats. And then that'll be pretty much it for this episode at that point. But we're going back to the Cup Finals. Fantastic. That was the easiest time we've had with the Ducks yet. So the Ducks yet to win a Stanley Cup, I think, in the series. Or if they did, it was well before all these good players they have on their team. So Bickle on 17 points. He's point per game. Same with Ekholm. Goldman on 15 points and a plus 11. He's been great. Hansen on 4 points, not doing too much, but obviously he's more of a grindy bottom 6 guy. Eberle on 18 points has been fantastic. Groshek on 10 points. Walter on 9 and a plus 12. And Alexiev has 3 points on the fourth line. Right wing wise, Arthur Jaquizi on 20 points, 10 goals, 10 assists. He's been really good. 23 penalty minutes as well, which is kind of surprising. Aiden Irving on 17 points in 17 games, doing what he normally does. Wilson on 11 points has been a little bit quiet at times, but he did have that 1 5-point game, so he has been good as of late. And Bulbrook on 7 points has been pretty good as a rookie. Defensively, Vandermeer is now on 14 points and a plus 12. He started off a little bit quiet in his playoff run, but he's been very good the last 2 series, I should say. Goddard on 11 points, Renarski on 8 points, and then Scarlett on 2, Backer on 1, and same with Louis Vara. From a goaltending perspective, Bergfus has a .927 save percentage through 17 games, and Pekanex has not been that good as a backup, obviously. All right. So pretty good effort from the entire team. Let's see who we are going to be facing in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's currently 3-2 for the Flyers. Is it going to be Philadelphia? It might be. We still don't know yet. Is it going to be the Philadelphia Flyers? No, it looks like it's going to a Game 7. Yep, it's going to a Game 7 to see who we end up facing from the East. That team is going to be, of course, the Ottawa Senators. So that's interesting. They went 43-33-6 during regular season compared to our 60-19-3 records. So let's do a regular season comparison and playoff comparison, and then we'll take a look at their actual roster itself. So in terms of the entire league, obviously we were the best team in the league. Ottawa was where? The 12th best team. Damn. They scored 3.29 goals per game. I don't know how much that compares to us, but likely it's less. They actually allowed a little bit more than they scored during the regular season, so there is a chance that they could be a cheese team, which is not great. 18.4% on the power play and 85.9% on the PK, so they actually had a pretty good penalty kill. Huh. How about playoff-wise so far? This is where it actually matters, I guess, a little bit more. So if we sort this by wins, we are 12-5 so far. They're also 12-5 this playoff run. However, we are scoring more goals per game. We're allowing less goals, but they are a very good defensive team, it looks like right now. Their power play is less than ours by only 2.1%. And penalty kill-wise, they're 3% worse on the penalty kill. So, they basically got our home record is their road record, and our home and away record, or their home and away. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Their home record, my away record, is the same. And in the last 10 games, both teams have been very, very strong. So let's take a look at what they look like, because we've never faced them in the Cup Finals before. Usually it's always like Buffalo we face in the Cup Finals or Boston. So this should be interesting to see what this team is looking like, because I don't know if they've ever been in a Cup Finals in this series yet. So this is what they're looking like. So top line of Tim Stützle, Tidge Iginla playing center, and Patrick Hasek. Who are you? High top 6 drafted 8th overall. Okay. 18 points in 17 games for this guy. Tidge Iginla's not doing too much. He's got not even 13 points. He's got only 11 points right now, which is kind of surprising. And Stützle's on 22 points. Very good top line. Second line has Bryant Giunta, not Brian Giunta. Samuel Honzig and Reese Crawford. All right, solid second line. Third line has Callie Markstrom, which I recognize that name from somewhere. I don't know where from. Russell Greentree and Zachary Riley. And a fourth line of Matthias Helmerson, Jalen Drummond, and Jerome Francois. The most French guy ever. So in terms of their offense, they don't really have a set weakness. Their right side definitely is a little bit weaker, I'd say, than their left side. Down the middle, maybe they're a little bit weak too, but they don't have anybody that's a 70 overall or lower, or 79 overall or lower, so that's pretty damn great. From a defensive standpoint, they still have Jake Sanderson. They have Marco Korpikoski, who's only 20 years old. Pretty nice. They also have Luno and Kennens as a top 2, and they also have Manderville and Rosehill. So that defensive core is pretty weak, aside from Sanderson, Korpikoski, and Luno. So even though they've been similarly good defensively, they shouldn't be this good unless they have a good goaltender, which they have literally the cheese goalies. Oh boy, unless there's an injury. But Tanabe's a 78 overall minor starting goaltender, and wow, This guy's only played 23 regular season career games this season, so he didn't even play the full season. He's got a .910 save percentage during that span. Playoff-wise, this is his first ever playoff run. He's got a .926 through 16 games. And then Nikita Kwop is the backup, and he has not been good. So this Tanabe guy might be complete cheese. And then depth-wise, they have Humphrey and Crowder, who are both defenders, and they're like depth guys. So based on their defensive core and their goaltending, we should be able to win the series no problem. However, we could get completely cheesed because this game sometimes, right? But man, that team definitely, I wouldn't say that's a playoff team. I mean, there's some good players on it, but they're definitely not as strong as I thought they would be for being a playoff team. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Winnipeg Jets franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to yet another Stanley Cup Finals as we look for another Stanley Cup to add to our repertoire as we take on the Ottawa Senators and hopefully find a way to get that done. Obviously, I think it's going to be a little bit tougher just based on the fact that it's kind of a cheese team with that goaltending and defense. But honestly, who knows what's going to happen. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.